Hey guys, how's it going? Wanted to take a few minutes today and make a video speaking on a scenario that I think, unfortunately, far too many guys are familiar with. And if you're not familiar with it, you've probably certainly noticed it. If you've ever been in this scenario, you'll realize it. But if not, maybe you were out on a night out with some friends. Maybe your boy had a wife or a fiance or maybe even a girlfriend. And over the course of the night, you noticed that she just didn't treat him very well. Maybe she was being catty or bratty or just all around difficult. And you're thinking to yourself, they're together. What's the deal? These people are married. Where is this terrible treatment coming from? I want to explain something to you guys in this video, okay? A lot of women, whether or not they know this, and most of them don't consciously know this, a lot of things happen so far beneath the threshold of women's awareness that they don't even understand their own motivation. So let me tell you guys something in this video, okay? A lot of you guys are going to come into contact with women who will say these words: I'm ready to settle down. Have you guys heard this before? There's a lot of married guys out there that right now that are probably saying, yeah. There's a lot of divorced guys out there right now that are probably saying, yeah, I'm ready to settle down. I'm 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 years old. I'm done playing games. That's another one that they'll say. So let me translate to you guys what this phrase actually means. It's a lot more sinister than you may realize. A lot of younger guys aren't going to get this, but I'm going to put you on game, so listen up. I'm ready to settle down. I'm done playing games means I used my early years when I was at my peak attractiveness, my late, 18, 19, early 20s, mid 20s, sometimes late 20s, to party and have fun and to hook up with all the high value men that I really wanted to be exclusive with, but would not give me exclusivity. This is what she's saying to you. And this is the second part of what she's saying. So now I want you really good guy, you really good guys out there, to commit to me and overpay for what I gave everybody else for free. That sounds like a pretty shitty deal, huh? It does. And when you've been around women for long enough and dated enough women, and when you've been both the good guy and the bad guy, you'll sit back and you'll think, wait a second. I know exactly what she's doing. I've heard this tune before. Women will sing like a canary and they'll tell you everything if you just sit back and listen. So basically what happens is a lot of these guys will get into this scenario and they'll hear these words, I'm ready to settle down, I'm done playing games, and they'll think, well, perfect. I'm getting a discount. I'm getting her for cheap. And it could not be further from the case. And this is where it comes full circle. A lot of guys don't realize, why is this dude's wife being such a bitch? I'll tell you what happens, man. These women will get up to their late 20s, mid to late 20s, early 30s. It differs depending on the woman. Depending on how well she holds her looks. She'll recognize her declining sexual market value and she'll think, oh, I got to get serious. I've got to find a serious guy that's going to commit to me. So she'll tell you, she'll use phrases like this. And a lot of guys fall for the trap. A lot of those guys make those women, or that particular woman, his wife, thinking that that's the end of the story. You know, I found one. It's happily ever after from here on out. And that couldn't be further from the case, because what will start to happen is that woman will start to resent you because you gave her commitment. Remember, guys, women control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. Your commitment is much, much more valuable than you even realize. But guys will use their commitment as a form of payment. So that's what they'll do. They'll commit. They'll do what the other guys wouldn't do, thinking that that's going to keep her sticking around. And it might last for a year, 2 years. I mean, in some cases, it might last for a pretty long time. You know, you got guys that have been together with their wife for 10, 15, 20 years, and then all of a sudden, boom, she drops, you know, they're getting divorced, or she drops, I'm not happy, I need to get away type of thing. And really the main reason that I'm even doing this video is because I've got a buddy that's going through this right now, you know. Met an older lady online, I believe she was 34, 35, well-to-do doctor, I believe. And just a short amount of time, just a year later, already looking at divorce. And I knew it was coming. I wanted to call it out early, but you know, I didn't want to be a naysayer. I just kind of kept it to myself, and you know, here we are. So I just wanted to drop this knowledge on you guys today, man, because a lot of you guys are in relationships and in marriages and engagements maybe with women who are giving you guys shit every day and just making your life hell because you weren't her first choice. And she's going to take that out on you. I think it's Chris Rock that has a famous bit about that, you know, that if your woman is making things difficult, being a bitch, trying to argue, it's because you're not her first choice, fellas. So, and you know, people laugh at stand-up jokes, at comedy jokes, those types of bits, because they have a degree of truth to them, which is what makes them funny. So if you notice this about a woman that's pushing for commitment, especially if she's 29, 30, 31 years old, just understand you can give it to her, but more than likely it's not going to end well. It's not going to end in your favor. So I hope you guys really take this to heart and internalize this message, because you know, there are several guys right now, not all marriages, but several guys that I know that's going through this exact same thing. Keep your commitment. You don't know how valuable it is, guys. Keep moving forward.